Hell House LLC Origins, The Carmichael Manor, is the fourth installment in the Hell House LLC franchise. The found-footage horror movie follows the amateur paranormal investigator Margot Bentley. In the movie, Margot Bentley and her girlfriend, Rebecca, arrive at Carmichael Manor, the site of gruesome murders that lead to an unsolved case. While Margot attempts to solve the case of the Carmichael family's murder, she ends up unleashing a long-dormant evil force inside the mansion. As a result, viewers must be curious to learn the truth about the Carmichael family murders and the fates of Margot and Rebecca. In that case, here is everything you need to know about the ending of Hell House LLC Origins. Spoilers ahead. Hell House LLC Origins, The Carmichael Manor, opens with Allison Bradley speaking to a documentarian about the events that occurred at the infamous Carmichael Manor in Rockland County, New York. The Carmichael family comprises the patriarch, Arthur Carmichael, the matriarch, Eleanor Carmichael, and children, Patrick, Margaret, and Catherine Carmichael. Margaret was killed in a car crash a couple of months before the entire family was murdered in their mansion. Only Catherine and Eleanor's dead bodies were found in the house. Arthur's footprints were found leaving the house, making him the prime suspect. However, Patrick's dead body was never discovered, leaving the case unsolved. In 2021, amateur paranormal investigator Margot Bentley decided to solve the cold case. She arrives in the small town to spend 5 days at the supposedly haunted mansion with her girlfriend, Rebecca Vickers. Rebecca wants to source properties for her company in the area and works remotely while helping Margot pursue her passion. Meanwhile, Allison Bradley reveals Margot's background. She was nearly kidnapped during a county fair when she was a child but could never identify the culprits, leading to a lifelong obsession with unsolved cases. After arriving at the Carmichael Manor, Margot and Rebecca are greeted by Daniel, who looks after the estate. Daniel shows the women around the mansion and leaves. A short while later, Margot's brother, Chase, arrives at the mansion. Rebecca speaks with Margot about Chase, as the latter has been dealing with mental health issues. However, Margot insists on having Chase around as she promised their mother to look after him. While Margot, Rebecca, and Chase explore the haunted house, they discover a trio of clown mannequins in the attic. When Margot and Rebecca visit the town, Chase is left alone and experiences disturbing visions. On the other hand, Margot steals some memorabilia from the abandoned Abaddon Hotel in the nearby town, as Patrick used to work at the hotel. Later, Rebecca's meeting with her boss is disrupted by strange occurrences, freaking her out. Meanwhile, footage filmed by Catherine reveals Patrick was depressed after Margaret's death. He soon started acting weird and brought home the mannequins from the Abaddon Hotel, where he worked. Patrick began speaking about revving Margaret, which freaked out Catherine. On the third night, Chase sees one of the mannequins in his bedroom. Chase leaves the mansion in the middle of the night. In the morning, Margot and Rebecca find Chase missing. Rebecca, who is already scared by the strange occurrences, tries to convince Margot to leave the mansion, leading to an argument between the two. Eventually, Rebecca and Margot leave the mansion only for further terrifying incidents to follow them. During the film's climax, Margot, Rebecca, and Chase realize they are in grave danger. After Chase disappears, video footage recovered later from the group's belongings reveals Chase encountered one of the mannequins and was attacked. Margot and Rebecca wait for Chase, but when he fails to show up, the couple decide to leave the mansion. However, Margot and Rebecca's car breaks down, forcing them to travel on foot across the dense woods that surround the mansion. While traversing the woods, Margot and Rebecca witness a cult's ritual and are attacked by the clowns, forcing them to return to the mansion. Margot and Rebecca lock themselves inside the mansion, where the clowns further torment them. Margot receives a message from Chase saying he is back and has met new friends. However, it turns out to be a diversion tactic, as Chase has already been killed. Eventually, Margot and Rebecca are also killed by the clowns. In the final moments, it is revealed that Margot was connected to the clowns, who were a part of the satanic cult started by Andrew Tully at the Abaddon Hotel. The clowns were the ones who had tried to kidnap Margot as a child, making her death at the Carmichael Manor even more tragic. While the film establishes earlier on that Margot, Rebecca, and Chase did not make it out of the mansion alive, their truly gruesome fates help us understand the events that took place in the Carmichael Manor years prior, and their connection to the satanic cult of Andrew Tully is also unveiled. The Carmichael family massacre is one of the key plot points of the story and remains a mystery for most of the narrative. While it is evident that the Carmichael family's murder is the haunting factor at the mansion, Margot and Rebecca attempt to solve the cold case only to be led to their demise. However, in their investigation, Margot comes extremely close to finding the truth about the Carmichael family. As the narrative progresses, viewers learn that Patrick was part of a satanic cult at the Abaddon Hotel. After his sister's death, Patrick was likely brainwashed into believing his sister could be brought back through rituals. However, things did not go as planned, and it was Patrick who, under the influence of the evil forces, killed his own family. In the film's final scene, archive footage shows Patrick dressing up as the clown, confirming that he was indeed behind the murders of Archie, Arthur, and Catherine. As a result, Patrick's story is directly connected to the tragic and eerie events at Abaddon Hotel. The revelation of Patrick being behind the murders also explains the lack of evidence in the Carmichael family's murder that left it unsolved for years. Patrick Carmichael serves as the connecting link between the Carmichael family massacre and the horrifying events at the Abaddon Hotel we have seen in the previous movies. In the movie, it is revealed that Patrick worked at the Abaddon Hotel, where he became a part of the satanic cult. After Patrick's elder sister died, it is implied that he tried to revive her with the help of his cult friends. However, things clearly did not go as planned, as the Carmichael family was murdered, presumably by Patrick, whose body was never discovered. In the final scene, previously unseen footage of Patrick is seen where he is donning the clown costume as voices can be heard in the corridor. The final scene confirms that Patrick did not die in the Carmichael Manor massacre. Instead, he was the perpetrator and killed his family. Patrick's work indicates that he is under the influence of a demonic force as he talks about serving someone. Thus, it is evident that Patrick sacrificed his family in some sort of satanic ritual and then disappeared in the clown costume, explaining why his body was never found. Spoilers ahead. In Hell House LLC Origins, the Carmichael Manor, amateur paranormal investigator Margot Bentley and her girlfriend, Rebecca, arrive at the infamous Carmichael Manor to solve the cold case of the Carmichael family murders. The family comprises Arthur and Eleanor Carmichael and their children, Patrick, Margaret, and Catherine. Margaret died in a car crash, and a few months later, the entire family was murdered in their mansion except for Patrick, whose body was never found. As Margot and Rebecca explore the mansion, they discover clown mannequins in the attic. Chase, Margot's brother, also arrives at the mansion. Strange occurrences start happening, and Chase experiences disturbing visions. Margot steals memorabilia from the abandoned Abaddon Hotel, where Patrick used to work, and Rebecca has a meeting with her boss disrupted by strange events. On the third night, Chase sees one of the mannequins in his bedroom, and he leaves the mansion. Margot and Rebecca find Chase missing but decide to leave the mansion themselves. However, their car breaks down, and they have to travel on foot through the surrounding woods. Along the way, they witness a cult's ritual and are attacked by the clowns. They are forced to return to the mansion, where the clowns torment them. Margot receives a message from Chase, but it's a diversion tactic, as Chase has already been killed. Eventually, Margot and Rebecca are also killed by the clowns. In the final moments, it is revealed that Margot was connected to the clowns, who were part of a satanic cult started by Andrew Tully at the Abaddon Hotel. The clowns had tried to kidnap Margot as a child, making her death at the Carmichael Manor even more tragic. The movie reveals that Patrick, who worked at the Abaddon Hotel, was part of the satanic cult. After his sister's death, Patrick likely believed she could be brought back through rituals, but instead, he ended up killing his own family under the influence of evil forces. Archive footage shows Patrick dressing up as a clown, confirming that he was the one behind the Carmichael family murders. Patrick's story connects the Carmichael family massacre to the events at the Abaddon Hotel in the previous movies. He was a member of the satanic cult and tried to